Tonight's WGN Investigates. A woman says an educator groomed her when she had barely been old enough to drive. Now, as an adult, she's sharing her story in hopes of changing laws in Illinois.
Investigative reporter Lourdes Duarte sits down with the woman who is waiting on Springfield to act.
It's estimated that each year 6,000 educators nationwide lose their license for misconduct. Some of the cases include alleged relationships with a student. In Illinois, one organization says a loophole is keeping some educators from being criminally charged.
There I am.
A look back through her high school yearbook, Diana Mondragon remembers that it took her a decade to make sense of those years.
It takes time to process abuse, and it especially takes time for a kid to process abuse.
At 34, she's telling her story. This summer, it led to a settlement with Oswego District 308. The district never admitted guilt, but she has served as an example in a bill that's floating around Springfield. House Bill 4241 would criminalize any educator who has a sexual relationship with a student, even if that student is over 18 years old.
There's no law that protects this vulnerable teenage group, and a lot of the times kids with disabilities end up staying in high school much older until they're 22.
The Chicago area organization Kids 2 has been pushing the bill, which they say is critical at a time when there's a nationwide teacher shortage.
If we're going to make it easier for an educator to be licensed in our state, then all the more reason to be even more stringent and have zero tolerance for any kind of predatory adult around our kids.
And the possibility of changing laws brings us back to our story. The former high school soccer player says her relationship with a teacher 16 years older began her sophomore year.
I'm a fan of Guns N' Roses, and I brought in a Guns N' Roses song for a class assignment. And then he started talking to me about musicians who had done work with Guns N' Roses and made me a CD and started gifting me with things.
That, she says, led to repeated sexual encounters with the then 31-year-old teacher.
In his mind, it was okay to have sex with me in my car outside his apartment when I was 17, but I couldn't go inside his apartment until I was 18.
She says a lot didn't make sense back then, and making life even more confusing for the teen was keeping the relationship secret for years. It wasn't until she was 22 and graduated college that their relationship became public.
Those ages 18 to 23, those are really important years. It was not me dating a man 16 years older than me. No, I was groomed. I was targeted, groomed, then sexually abused by this person in a position of authority.
She was 25 when she managed to break it off, but it didn't end there. Years later, another woman out of Iowa revealed she also had a relationship with a teacher during her 4 years in high school. Together, the two women worked on a federal lawsuit against the Oswego district, arguing little was done to protect the student.
Most child sexual abuse is invisible. It's silent. It's happening between an adult who knows the child knows the adult. And yet, what I kept hearing in the school, what I kept hearing was she never said anything. She never complained.
Meanwhile, the issue of educator abuse continues to be a problem. Through the State Board of Education, WGN Investigates found that in the first half of this school year, 27 Illinois educators have been suspended or had their license revoked due to charges or convictions. And the accusations vary from sexual abuse and assault in adult cases to grooming a child, abusing a child, or child pornography.
You can just put in Google a name of a town, teacher abuse. Something will come up.
In Mondragon's case, the educator was never charged due to a lack of evidence before she was 18. He did, however, lose his teaching license in Illinois and Iowa. If House Bill 4241 were to pass, their relationship after she turned 18 and while in high school could have led to criminal charges, something she says is important to keep troubled educators from teaching in other states.
If they don't do their due diligence, their homework, their research, he could get a job in a different state. And that is terrifying.
It's a reality that haunts families every day as they tackle an issue that can dramatically impact a young life.
It ends up being a very traumatic, life-changing situation. They don't know they were taking advantage of. They thought they were in love.
CPS supports the bill. No response, though, from CTU or the Illinois Education Association. The teacher in the piece did not return our calls either. In speaking with lawmakers, though, part of the opposition is based on concern that the bill would criminalize the act of two adults. The bill passed the House. Advocates are pushing the Senate to take it up during the January session, but right now they are getting few answers on if that will happen. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.